Okay, I'm gonna assume that the mic is good. I swear to God, if it comes out wrong, I'm going to find the owner of OBS and hold them hostage. You've seen the videos, talking about like the problems in Forsaken, whether it could be like the fan base or the dramas related to a certain individual, he who shall not be named, all that stuff, all that mumbo jumbo. I have a completely different perspective. I mean, I think I share it with someone else who posted an amazing video. This update has made it more prevalent, so to speak. It has something to do with this motherfucker right here. I'm gonna say it straight. He does need a slight few nerfs, but people are taking him way out of proportion. He is not as busted as one may seem to think. Yes, I'll give it to that. His lunge, his lunge is very strong, and Blood Hunt, he gets it way too quick. These are the only two things wrong. Those are the only two things that need slight nerfs. But Sixer as a character isn't really the problem per se. The problem is with the overall balance of the game. How the game is balanced around the killers and survivors. It's no secret that the game is leaned towards survivors. It's very survivor-sided. I mean, have you even seen the balance changes? We only got 2 sets of balance changes. Well, only 1 set, but like only 2 characters, Noli and Cool Kid, got balance changes. Noli was just an M1 sub reversion, and Cool Kid just some small buffs. That I mean, a buff is a buff, but it doesn't really help. It doesn't really solve the overall problem that the character has. The way to counter Guest 666 is very unprecedented, unlike any other killer, and it has to do with supports. Builderman, Taff, Dusakare, hell, even Elliot's useful. I mean, Elliot's will always be useful in like any other killer. I'm surprised he escaped the nerf hammer, but the point is that Sixer is countered by 2 things: supports and looping. So you want to know? So you want to know like this billboard over here? This billboard over here? I'm walking in circles on this. I'm walking in circles on this. Sixer is not gonna do that much about it. So let's just use this for instance. Just use this for instance. I'm trying to like loop this. I'm trying to like this is like not exactly the best example, but look at this. Because of how massive Guest 666 is, a survivor can just like infinitely loop here. And that's fine. I mean, that's just like a band-aid fix to the situation. We see over here, there's a bunch of trees over here which if you played the old Planet boss, it was a living nightmare to see. But these trees are actually, funnily enough, as well as this bridge, as long as you can ignore the avoid the screech, these actually counter Sixer much more than you think. I mean, as a Dusakar, I managed to like loop a Sixer for like 3 minutes. To be fair, that Sixer was kind of bad, but that's the point. Looping as a whole, like you can like loop over here for like eternity, and be like, I mean, Sixer's stamina works very differently from other killers. It consumes less stamina, but it regains less stamina. So when you're looping here, because of Sixer's massive character hitbox collision, he's gonna have a slightly harder time trying to navigate through these. Okay, but what about Blood Hunt? Okay, so like you can't exactly, you can only do so much when Sixer's in Blood Hunt, and that's where supports come in. You'd want at least a sentinel to be the main focus on the Blood Hunt, and for a support to be slowing down Sixer, because remember, Sixer is a snowball killer. When Sixer is in Blood Hunt, anyone else who isn't gonna help, hide. Like, have at least like one sentinel like distract Sixer, while the supports like Taff set up the traps, Dusakar slow down the killer, Builderman build a sentry for a looping spot. Do like everything in your power to slow down Sixer, to not give him any sense of momentum. That's the thing. Sixer requires teamwork, not just like the godliest teamwork, just basic teamwork altogether. The sentinel can just like loop Sixer, like this small thing. Even this small thing, it can make a world of a difference. But remember, Sixer's in Blood Hunt, so he can still catch up to you. because of his passive, which gives him a lot of speed, which also that is also an absurd passive. And Sixer as a whole pretty much uncovers the main problem with Forsaken, and that is the current power of killers as a whole. The state of killers is very, very weak. I praise Slasher for his buffs, which were very much needed, especially when it comes to B. If it weren't for those buffs, he'd be found in a ditch. But he can still be looped. He could still be looped, like for like an Elliot, for instance, which I'm surprised. Once again, I'm surprised he escaped the ban here. But you'd be surprised how much an Elliot can do with a looping spots, a rush hour, and a dream. They will loop you for an eternity. Trust me, I faced against a bunch of good Elliots, and it was a living nightmare to catch up to. Cool Kid. The buffs were welcome, especially the fact that the minions are now highlighted. That's pretty good. Not much needed, considering how Cool Kid has little to no ESP. John Doe, he's found in a ditch. I've only seen like 1 or 2 John Does in the time that I've been playing this game. His faults are very much highlighted to me in the fact that trapping, I mean, you could still trap survivors, but it's less effective. At this point, just play as a sniper though, than just playing as a pure trapper. Because that's the only way that you're going to gain value. I mean, yes, digital footprint is powerful enough, but it's very easy to just avoid these spots. And you can still loop Johnny. Like, people praise for, like, how, like, as long as you get good at the game, you'll be able to get any value with John Doe whatsoever. But the Sixer's right there. Why would I use John Doe when Sixer is right there? Or 1x1. Like, people say that, like, oh, 1x1 is broken because, like, I mean, I still hold the point that entanglement is a very busted ability, but just dodge. Just dodge. What 1x1 requires a precise precision and accuracy, but, like, if I'm over here and the 1x1 is like over here, I can easily dodge that. Unless they like predict where I'm going. But I mean, it's more of a problem with like 1x1 just being in a weird state. Like, what exactly is he trying to do? You can't tell me that as a 1x1 you've tried to mass infection someone from across the map, because for one thing, 1x1's projectiles move way too slow. Mass infection in particular, it moves way too slow. In a close distance, yes, it's fast, but in a long distance, it's way too slow for it to be of any value of long distance. It's not that hard to move to the side. It's really not that hard. But yeah, back to John Doe. Why on earth would I want to use John Doe when I can use other killers that can give me a much better time against other survivors? Yes, he works. Yes, he's strong. But just because he's strong doesn't mean that he's not competing with other people as well. It's frustrating, not just for like other people that are trying to trap them, but then there's like a small gap in the corrupt energy that they can use to loop you for millennia, but also for casual players as well that are trying to get into John Doe. It'll be frustrating. And I don't think adding another skill layer on top of how difficult John Doe already is gonna solve the issue whatsoever. Slasher too. I mean, Slasher can catch up much better thanks to the Raging Pace buff, but you can still get looped. It doesn't exactly like fix the overall problem. As long as you keep your distance, he's not a threat, which it should be the case. It's Cool Kid as well. Cool Kid suffers this much more. The only reason why Cool Kid is still relevant is because of his walk speed override. Cool Kid is hard carried by his walk speed override. And the buffs that Cool Kid got were just, I mean, it weren't enough. Like, corrupt energy is very slow. It's easily missed. I mean, the thing can still go across orbits. Pizza delivery minions are super goddamn slow. I mean, the ESP is nice, but they're still slow. I'm not expecting them to be 1x1 minion levels up fast, but they move way too slow. Cool Kid has a much more difficult time trying to catch up. I'm gonna use the corrupt energy. That will just miss. It's not a skill issue or anything. Like, I mean, yeah, I don't expect to hit it all the time, but seriously, is that the only way that he's able to catch up in any way, shape, or form? Yes, killers should be able to catch up. A survivor, like, the point is, I'm not trying to ramble here because of a skill issue whatsoever. The point is that a one survivor should not be able to handle himself against the killer unless they're a survivalist. They should not be able to consistently loop and juke a killer for 10 years. That's a horrible balancing. If one character is able to do that, then what's the point of even helping the team whatsoever if I can help me, myself, and I? There's another problem. Let's talk about the elephant in the room here, generators. They've done more harm to the game than good. These things discourage teamwork whatsoever because they give way more rewards for someone than actually helping the team. They give more malice. They give more XP. They give more money. Why would I bother helping the team again? I, as a 17-day player, want to help the team when not only can I help myself, like with any other character, by just juking and looping the killer forevermore, and hogging all the generators so I can be killer quickly. I can get more money. I can gain more XP. I can gain so much stuff. Malice. They have to rework the Malice system. I'm surprised. I'm so surprised that they didn't rework the Malice system. As a matter of fact, it's been way harder to even get killer. Because I'm trying to actually play supports. A surprise, I'm a support main. It's baffling how one is rewarded for not helping the team whatsoever. I can just sit here and just do this. Beep ba da ba boop boop. I could just do all this and I gain a lot of rewards for free. I mean, it's not showing because I have disabled it, but this is just an overall huge problem for the game. Generators are too rewarding for any other class. I can do all of these things, and that's it. And no other asymmetrical horror game suffers from this problem. Die of Death doesn't suffer from this because it has no objectives. Outcome Memories doesn't have this problem because not only are there no objectives whatsoever, but it has a ranking score on how you've helped the team. The more you help the team, the higher your score is, and the more money you gain. And hell, even Dead by Daylight encourages it. If you don't help the team, you're not gonna escape. The objectives are there so that you can escape from the killer. Open like the escape doors, so that you and other survivors will be able to get out. Because don't tell me that you, as the very last person, are gonna be able to do all the objectives while evading the killer and escaping altogether. That's not possible because of how the killers are balanced on that game, and that's how Forsaken should be. The killer should be overtuned. One survivor alone should not be able to hold off a killer by looping in this same spot for 10 years. I keep emphasizing on this because it's ridiculous. Those types of videos that you see, I mean, well, I don't think it's a fair comparison because most of them are just bad at the game, but like, the majority of them who are good players against the good survivors, the good players should 9 times out of 10 win the game. Or like 11 times out of 10, as a matter of fact. Like, screw the 9 times out of 10. Sixer's entire introduction puts a hole on many other killers, because in order to survive against him, you actually need, and I quote, support. Something that no one uses. Why? Because why would I use it when sentinels are right there? Like, despite the sentinel stacking and all there, everyone uses sentinels. Do I have to talk about the most glazed character in the entire game, Guest1337? And that character sucks. He's the most glazed character in the entire. The only reason why he's even usable is because of the killers that are introduced that give him value. But it doesn't really address the core issues with the character itself. The same thing with 007. He got 0 balance. He's the worst survivor, and yet he got 0 balance changes. The balance changes were a joke. Only 2 characters. For an update as huge as this? Nothing? Absolutely jack shit. We're not even going to begin to talk about generators as a whole. Supports and sentinels should not be able to do generators. Instead, they should increase the rewards that they can get from helping the team, using their abilities to stall the killer. How much I'm rewarded from just not doing shit other than like doing the generator. But it reduces the time. You don't understand. I'm helping you by reducing. No, no. What is one generator to one survivor kill? No difference. I'd like to see you do all the generators and the timer is still in 3 minutes. You could have prevented that. Leave it to the survivalists to do the generators. But here's the other issue. Like I said before, this reward's way too quick. You leave it to others, you're never gonna be killer. You're never gonna be killer. And that discourages others from helping them. Again, I don't know why they didn't rework the Malice system. Why is it still in the game? It's been almost a year. Why is it there? It's ridiculous. John Doe as a character is way too hard and discouraging for any survivors despite how strong he is. 1x1 is in this like very weird state where like he can seem well, he's obviously very strong, but like he doesn't feel like a ranged killer. He doesn't feel like a ranged killer. No one is gonna sit here and just mass infection them when it takes too long. Mass infection is broadcasted throughout the entire map. So when I'm doing a gen and I hear like the mass infection going on, I'm gonna drop what I'm doing, see that, and move to the side and then continue on my merry way. Oh, and entanglement. Don't even get me started with entanglement. What seems like a living nightmare for PC players is heaven for mobile and console players because it's a free speed boost for them. While in PC, you could miss like the tiniest pixel on your mouse. And yeah, well, you're dead. Cool kid. You can't catch up with survivors efficiently. You can't. You even lose the stamina contest for even a microsecond. You're never catching up to them. You have to rely on your walk speed override, but it's way too punishing. I mean, yes, that should be how it is, but walk speed override hard carries Cool Kid. Cool Kid has no way, shape, or form to catch up to even a single survivor. Yes, he got some buffs, but it still doesn't address the main issue. He can't catch up to them efficiently. Corrupt nature is not even that good of a way to catch up. Yes, it inflicts slowness, but it's so goddamn slow. It doesn't even catch it to them well enough. And yes, I do agree. Manic fixation is a stupidly strong passive. Eviscerate is just not that punishing. For a lunge, it should be more punishing. Blood Hunt, you gain Blood Hunt way too fast. Those are some valid points. But the thing is that Sixer is supposed to be very strong. Like a killer is supposed to be overtuned against a single survivor. Against a team that actually works together, the killer should have a harder time trying to get any value. And against a team that has the best type of teamwork, the killer should have an even more harder time. But it shouldn't be impossible. It shouldn't be impossible. That's the end and short of it. Oh, and here's another thing. What happened to catering towards helping new players get into the game? What happened to that? Because as a matter of fact, I mean, Sixer is just a band-aid solution. Like, you can't tell me that there are any scientific tutorials whatsoever to teach new players about how like the characters work, instead of just having to read an entire goddamn essay to figure out one character. The game is still not beginner friendly. They literally promised that they would help new players get into the game better, to teach them the basics and to see, like, because once someone gets into the game, they die. Like, no one's helping them whatsoever because generators are just busted, and they just quit the game because they have no idea what the fuck is going on. Like some of them are not gonna go through. Some of them are not like us that have gone through hell and back just to learn the game. Some of them are just gonna like give up on. They're just gonna drop the game because it's too frustrating. Every person is different, which is why a tutorial should be necessary. Why is there no tutorial? Yeah, we're gonna give you more things. We're gonna give you more things to do in the lobby, and this is it. This is it? Okay, I gained candy. I'm just gonna exchange it for skins. That's it? Are we dead ass? Are we dead ass? This is all we get to do? Where? Where on this lobby can you find anything? Anything to do other than click on the dialogue? And that's it. Where's the tutorial? Like, where are the balance changes? Where are the balance changes for like this guy, like more for this, a slasher, like for any of these characters whatsoever, a nerf to Elliot, a buff for 07, like just a straight up giving Guest a punch so that he doesn't have to make out with the killer. There's no reason why Guest has to recreate a woman's depraved yaoi dojinshi in order to punch the killer, to parry them. Why? Why? I'm standing here like, okay, come at me, bro. They walk past you and dead. They can do nothing. Builderman is very strong, but he's very lame to use. No one's using Builderman because all you do is just place a building and that's it. No incentive to gameplay whatsoever. Whereas, like, even with survivalists, I mean, you can somewhat defend yourself. I mean, with noob, you can just use like slate skin in order to like at least body block or tank some of Cool Kid's minions in order. Otherwise, 07, you could make some impressive plays with clones, but even still, 07 is still garbage. But Builderman did not get anything to incentivize people to play as him. Like, see, the cold hard truth is that Forsaken is a game where this actively discourages you from working together. It's why you don't see that many support units. It's why you see survivalists being detested. It's just like, what do you even call this? It's just a disgrace. This update, all it did was give skins. All it did was give, I mean, yes, the long-awaited Sixer and V. It gave these two. But this is a huge update. This isn't some like other like oh, here's a patch note. Here you go. What the fuck is this? TLDR, the main issue is the overall balance of survivors and killers. There was practically non-existent balance changes. The balancers need to do better at their job. Like, experiment. It's not a crime to experiment on stuff. I mean, if other games with shit balancing with like, it doesn't even have to be asymmetrical horror-wise balancing. Like, if other games can get away with horrible balancing, what makes Forsaken all the more different? Grow a spine and commit. Do something at the very least. Like, change something. Whether it be received positively or negatively, it doesn't matter. Just try and experiment at least something. And like, the playtesters are on. They better get new playtesters because they are honestly dog shit. There's no way that they release Sixer with a blood hunt that's way too quick, an eviscerate that's not even that punishing, and do I even have to explain manic fixation? Anyways, that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about. I just had to get that off my chest. Please do not harass the developers. Please don't. They still have lives. They can't exactly like 24/7 on the game. They still have shit they need to do, like school and all the like. Just please don't. I really do not want another like LMS purge that Outcome Memories got. Like, please don't. But that being said, just because I can sympathize with the developers doesn't mean that they are free of any criticism. This is unacceptable. What do you even call this? No tutorial, no balancing, nothing. The Malice system is still fucking broken, and this game that's supposed to be a team-based game discourages teamwork. Not to sound like a broken record, but that's the end and short of it. I have a much better chance at just doing my own thing than trying to help someone. That's the cold hard truth to it. Let me know what you think in the comments. Like, how do you think the game should be fixed? Other than like the fandom and all that shit. Like, no, the current game the game that we play. How should the game, like, what are your ideas for like how to like fix some of these characters? And I know then we're just gonna be comments saying, "Oh, John Doe's busted," or "You're very trash at the game." So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Like and subscribe if you've enjoyed it, and I'll catch you guys later.